Welcome to the Goddess Yoga Podcast, a sacred space for women who are ready to embody their divine power, reconnect with their soul, and step into their most radiant, authentic selves. I'm your host, Christine, a yoga teacher and spiritual guide here to help you align your body, mind, and spirit through soulful conversations, embodiment practices, and goddess wisdom. Whether you're here to deepen your spiritual journey, elevate your self-care, or simply feel more grounded and empowered, this is your reminder that you are divine, you are magnetic, and you are worthy of creating a life that feels like art. Take a deep breath, soften into the moment, and let's begin. And before we start today's episode, I just wanted to give you a little ping that if you want to know more about an exclusive new exciting offer that the Goddess Yoga will be announcing, please stay tuned until the end to get more details. Super excited to talk about it. Welcome back, beautiful souls, to the Goddess Yoga Podcast. I'm so excited you're here with me today, as always, because we are stepping into one of my favorite topics, how to fully embody your main character energy this fall. Now, when I say main character energy, I don't mean it in a superficial or performative way. This is not about being the loudest in the room or curating a perfect image. This is about embodying your power, your essence, and your magnetic goddess energy in a way that feels authentic and deeply nourishing to your soul. Fall is such a powerful season for transformation. It's a season of harvest, integration, and grounding into who we truly are. And this is the perfect time to become intentional about stepping into your story as the leading role, because you are the leading role of your life. So grab your favorite cozy drink, light a little pumpkin candle if you can, and let's dive into this soulful guide on how to embody your main character energy this fall. Before we dive in, I would like to take a little pause and bring out a little heart chakra singing bowl. I purchased a mini one, and I think that we would all benefit from opening our hearts to this beautiful new information and putting ourselves in the right frequency for this information we're about to receive on being the main character. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start ringing the sound bowl, and it's just going to be a couple times. Just relax, sit back, and enjoy. Okay, hopefully now you feel a little bit more tuned, a little bit more ready and adjusted for this beautiful information we're about to go over today. All right, goddess, let's get into these 9 steps that will help you embody your fullest, most radiant self this season. These are a mix of mindset shifts, spiritual practices, and lifestyle tips to really anchor this energy, not just as a vibe, but as a way of living. Step 1. Claim your story. This is where main character energy begins. Fully owning your story. So often, we move through life feeling like a side character, reacting to circumstances or other people's expectations. But this season, I want you to ask yourself, what story am I telling about my life? Take a moment to reflect on what narratives you're holding. Are they rooted in self-empowerment, or are they keeping you small? Your story is sacred, and you have the power to rewrite it at any moment. Grab your journal and write down the version of your story you want to embody this fall. Maybe it's, I'm a woman stepping into her power, or I'm magnetic, radiant, and confident in every space I enter. Claim it. Speak it out loud. This is your movie, and you're directing the script. I would even encourage creating a fall mood board for how you are going to embody this next level version of yourself, this main character energy of yourself. What does she look like? What does she wear to work out? What does she wear to the grocery store? How does she hold herself? What does she tell herself? What are the hobbies that she has? What are the places that she frequents? You know, what kind of things does she fill her time with, fill her mind with? All of this goes into claiming your story. So this all ties together and creates a beautiful picture for how we're going to progress into the next steps. Okay, step 2, align with your energy. Main character energy isn't about doing more. It's about alignment. Take time this fall to really listen to your body, your intuition, and your inner wisdom. Ask yourself, what actually feels right for me right now? This might look like saying no to things that drain you, slowing down when your body asks for rest, or pivoting towards something new that excites you. When you're aligned with your energy, you naturally radiate confidence. People feel it, you feel it, and it's one of the most magnetic things you can do. Also, try not to feel guilty for giving yourself rest, saying no to plans or to people that you don't feel like either hanging out with or doing the activities that the group is doing. If you feel like you need to take yourself on a date instead of hanging out with your friends or your boyfriend, or if you feel like you need to stay home and take care of yourself and have a self-care night, do those things. Follow those nudges. Let yourself feel worthy of those decisions and validated by making those decisions. But don't let yourself feel guilty for making yourself a priority. And I really want you to emphasize and embody that this fall. Make yourself a priority and don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel bad about it. Feel on fire about it. Feel obsessed with making yourself a priority. Step number 3, curate your circle. Part of stepping into your main character energy is being intentional about who you surround yourself with. We all know the saying that you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. And it's true. This fall, notice which relationships feel nourishing and which ones feel heavy or draining. Main character energy is about being empowered in your choices, and that includes relationships. Create boundaries with love, seek out connections that uplift you, inspire you, and help you grow. It's okay for your cast to evolve as you grow. It is especially important to make sure that the type of people and the type of environments that you're in align with you. And I know that we can't control everyone, we can't control every single environment, but it's very, very beneficial, especially to the friendships and especially to the people that we hold very close to in our relationships and we give a lot of ourselves to, a lot of our energy to. It's important to hold those boundaries, to be very selective with the people that we have in our life, the people that we're friends with, how much information we share about ourselves, about our life with each person in our lives. It kind of varies, right? But I think it's very crucial to do all of these things because when you have a good sense of friends around you, a good circle, and I also believe that good friends, it doesn't, like, quantity does not really matter. I am a person where I prefer a quality of a friend versus like how many friends I have. So that is also something to keep in mind and think about, but making sure that your circle is your circle and that you don't feel invalidated, suppressed, manipulated, or they don't support you. Or if you have dreams and you're excited about telling your friends your dreams, which is a normal thing to do, and if they roll their eyes and don't support you at all, you don't need friends like that. You don't need people like that in your life. What is the point? Friends are supposed to be there for you to uplift you and to encourage you, and you're supposed to uplift and encourage them. And if you're both giving to it, you're both receiving from it, you both feel validated, and you both feel you're uplifted instead of drained when you leave the hangout. So anyway, that was a little tangent, but I think that friendships, relationships are super, super important to maintain and make sure that you are setting the right boundaries so that you create the right and curate the right friend group for you. Step number 4 is build confidence from within. Main character energy isn't just about how you look or how you present yourself. It's about an unshakable confidence that comes from your soul. Start building practices that anchor you in your worth every single day. This could be meditation, prayer, journaling, affirmations, or simply speaking to yourself with kindness. When your confidence is rooted in something deeper than appearance or achievements, you become magnetic without even trying. A great mantra for this is, I am safe to be seen. I am safe to take up space. I am worthy of being the main character in my life. Now, if it helps you to repeat those mantras every morning, every evening before you go to bed, if you want to write them in your journal, come back to them. If you want to write them repetitively, if you are into like scripting your affirmations and manifestations into a journal and writing over and over and over. I mean, whatever it takes to get it to stick into your brain and rewrite your stories. But I think that using these mantras in your everyday is going to be a really beautiful way to start the process and to flip the script and to start having your brain think of you in a new light with the new affirmations that you're putting into your everyday. Step number 5 is ritualize your day to day. One of my favorite ways to embody main character energy is to bring magic into the mundane. This means romanticizing your routines, which is one of my favorite topics and things to talk about, things to do, things to brainstorm and develop new routines. So I'm very excited to go over this step. Some examples are making your coffee or tea in a beautiful mug, speaking affirmations into any beverage, any food item that you're about to eat, and every beverage that you're about to drink. And then you'll be digesting those affirmations. You're going to be literally eating, drinking your own magic and your own manifestations. So that's another beautiful thing. Light candles while you work, setting an intention while you burn that candle. Put on music that makes you feel alive. Setting aside time for dance, setting aside time for play, putting on some fun, girly dance music or whatever dance music you love listening to, and letting yourself just flow it out. Even if you want to get out your yoga mat and start like messing around with different yoga flows or stretching, just to kind of get your mind and body and breath all in one, I would suggest that as well. This fall, challenge yourself to infuse intention into every part of your day. Even the smallest rituals like your skincare routine or journaling practice can feel sacred. If you want to make it even more of a ritual, you can go to your favorite park and do a journaling session every month or every 2 weeks, or, set aside time that works for you to do that. Or go to a garden and go walk around and read a book. Like, create little rituals that fill up your cup, that make you excited to live, make you excited to do something, gives you something to do that's for you. And this is going to help create all of that beauty and romanticization. Romanticizing. It's going to create a lot of romanticizing for your life because you're going to start doing things you enjoy. And you're going to be putting yourself in places, spaces that lift you up and that inspire you, and all of that is just going to continue to benefit you and make you more aligned to your main character energy. When you treat your daily life like a work of art, you naturally begin to feel like the main character. Step 6, dress the part. This step is so fun. I love all things fashion. I'm a fashionista. A fun little fact, I went to fashion school and I went and got a fashion marketing degree from sorry, it just bumped into my table. From an institution that no longer exists. But it did when I went there, obviously. But I say all of that to say that that is one of the reasons why fashion is going to be very talked about. I mean, I bring it up a lot in my podcast. I always like to include something to wear for the season. So with all of that being said, style is energy. I want you to think of your wardrobe as a tool for empowerment, not just clothing. This fall, choose outfits that make you feel confident, cozy, and magnetic. Maybe that means layering earthy tones, playing with textures, or adding a signature piece that feels uniquely you. This is where I feel Pinterest and that mood board that I was talking about in step 1 comes to play, especially for fashion. And you can have a whole board dedicated to specifics, right? So you could have like your main character energy, whatever season, put in the season, fall main character energy. But this is not about impressing anybody. It's about embodying your essence. When you put on something that makes you feel like your best self, or it makes you feel like that next level version of yourself or that goddess version of yourself, you carry yourself differently. That energy speaks before you even say a word. Because I know when you like look good, you feel good, right? So when you're on, you really accomplish anything and everything because newsflash, you can. Not even a question mark. I did not mean to make that a question, but newsflash, you can. Newsflash, you can do anything that you set your mind to. And if that means that you want to dress the part, because I'm that way too, then please do it because it really, really, really helps embody that energy that you're wanting to embody. One more thing that I'm going to add that goes into dressing the part, but it's kind of like a side tangent that I want to talk about because it is something that has happened to me recently that is kind of like woo, like spiritual and crazy, but in a good way, not in a bad way. I think that this goes into main character energy. If this is something that aligns with you, then you will get it. And it goes into dressing the part, okay? But basically what I'm talking about are tattoos, okay? Now, I don't know about you. I love tattoos. I have, I think, 8 tattoos. I'm open to having more. I'm more of a smaller, dainty tattoo girly. With dressing the part, if you have this like ideal version of yourself and you're thinking about a tattoo and about getting a tattoo, and if you're anything like me, or you don't even need to be like this to be honest, but if you are like me when it comes to tattoos, you're more intentional about your tattoos, and it's not like every single one is super intentional. I'm pretty intentional with my tattoos, and I have meanings for the ones that I get, and I spend a lot of time thinking about which ones I'm getting and what I'm inspired by. And I've had some that have come in with inspiration. I'm like, this is what I want, and then I really wait to see if I want it and I don't want it anymore. And I mean, it makes sense. It's like a permanent thing, so totally valid. But I wanted to get a bow tattoo on the top of my wrist, and this is a tattoo that I knew I wanted for a little over a year, but I didn't know like if I was going to get it for sure. And I had a feeling I just needed to get it. It needed to be my higher level self version of myself needed to have this tattoo. But the inspiration behind the bow tattoo was basically my brand. It ties into my brand. It's my brand's image. I wanted it to be a symbol of my brand. Also like a commitment that I'm making a permanent decision, a permanent commitment on my body with my brand, that I will work towards and build this brand, and it'll remind me too of like why I'm doing what I'm doing. And the placement, I wanted it on my wrist, on the top of my wrist specifically, because I wanted to be able to see it while I was doing yoga, while I was doing Pilates, while I was working out. I wanted to see it all the time. I just wanted to see it while I was looking at my wrists. So that was why I got what I got. But anyway, I got this tattoo in June of this year, and I got it when I went home to my hometown in Arizona. So I'm in my hometown, I get my tattoo, and I, honest to God, feel like as soon as I got that tattoo, I went through another spiritual awakening. It was almost as if I committed to a future by getting that tattoo, stepping into my fullest alignment, because I felt like it was aligned to my brand and my image and my future. As soon as I got it, I felt like I was in a whole other, like I was progressed into this whole new spiritual awakening that brought me way more clarity, way more into the alignment of my brand, of my vision, of why I'm doing what I'm doing, of who I am. And now it's something that I feel so blessed to have gotten, and I genuinely believe that it did basically confirm and write me on to the timeline and path that I'm on today. And if I didn't get that tattoo, I really don't think I would have gotten any of that spiritual awakening that I did. Or if I, didn't, it might have come later. Who knows? But I genuinely believe that tattoos are a way of dressing yourself. So if you have tattoo ideas or a piercing that you believe your main character, highest level self has, this is your sign to do it. Because like I said, it can literally change your life. It is a spiritual thing to put something on your body, especially if it is intentional in that way. So have fun, be wise, and enjoy marking your body with beauty and love. Okay, step 7, embody seasonal energy. Fall is such a grounding, sensual season. Lean into that. Spend time in nature and let the changing colors inspire you. Let the leaves falling on the ground also remind you that it is a beautiful and necessary thing to shed things that no longer serve you to make space for beautiful things to bloom. Decorate your space with cozy textures, warm lighting, and earthy elements. Cook nourishing meals that feel like comfort for your soul. When you align with seasonal energy, you naturally feel more present, grounded, and magnetic. Main character energy thrives when you're deeply connected to your environment. Something else about seasonal eating, it's actually very beneficial for your body when you eat the foods that are in season, because when they are in season, they have the most nutrients for your body to absorb. Looking at what's in season, more crisp and cold things, right? So like a salad or a wrap. Step 8 is sensual movement. Our bodies hold so much wisdom and power. And one of the best ways to tap into your main character energy is through movement. This could be yoga, dance, stretching, or simply swaying to your favorite song. Movement brings you into your body, and when you're in your body, you're confident, radiant, and magnetic. Try setting aside even 5 to 10 minutes a day to move intentionally and reconnect with yourself. I don't know about you, but when I listen to my favorite pump-up songs that make me feel confident, and especially if you're dancing, it really puts you into that vibe and you really feel confident in next level. So if you do this as a ritual, if you continue to implement this into your day-to-day or week-to-week or month-to-month, or you set aside like one day out of the month to dance for a night by yourself in your room, doesn't matter. Do a little dance party with your friends or by yourself. It really helps to cultivate that confidence. So I encourage, if you struggle with confidence, if you struggle with seeing yourself in that way, I really encourage you to dance in front of a mirror, giving yourself all of the beautiful affirmations, all of the beautiful self-talk. I don't want to hear any negative self-talk, even though I'm not going to hear it, but I don't want you to have any negative self-talk. I want you to just continue to uplift yourself. Don't be embarrassed. Just have fun and let the music take you and just look silly. If you want to look silly, look fun and poised and sexy. If that's your vibe, that's what you're going for. Let yourself just let loose and let yourself be confident and feel empowered just by movement. Step 9, which is the last step, is live like your future self. This is one of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make today and every day. Embody the version of yourself you're becoming in every single way. Every single day. Embody the version of yourself that you're becoming. I'm going to bring up that Pinterest board again just because Pinterest is such a wonderful tool for this. It keeps you visually focused and visually online to what you're trying to bring in. And if you're constantly putting in front of your face, you're naturally going to start making those action steps towards that reality. But it also kind of gives you a bigger picture, because if you want to use the visualization of Pinterest or Canva, the mood board, whatever, create your own boards, beautiful. Even next step, though, you can journal on what she looks like, how she walks, how she talks, what are her hobbies, all the things, okay? And then we'll get a list of who this woman is, who you are aspiring to be. And from there, you will have a guide with this podcast as well, but also your own personal guide to embody this main character energy. Journal or ask yourself this: if I were fully living as my highest self, what choices would I make today? How would I show up? What energy would I carry? This isn't about waiting until everything is perfect. It's about showing up now as the main character in your life, even if you're still in the middle of your growth, because your future self is already within you. I also want you to welcome and embrace with open arms the middle of the journey. You may not be exactly where you want to be right now, and you may have so many big goals and so many big dreams that you want to accomplish, and it feels so daunting because you don't even know how to get there where you are today. But that's okay. That's a beautiful and wonderful and perfectly normal place to begin. The fact that you're even listening to this podcast right now is a sign that you're already aligned with your highest level version of yourself and your main character energy. Enjoy the journey to the destination. That is one of the biggest lessons that you can take from this entire guide on becoming the main character energy that you want to become. Because once you get there, you'll be there, right? You're going to have all the fun and everything. But the journey is so important because it's all about the unlearning and the learning. Because you're going to be unlearning things that you do not want to have anymore. And you're going to be implementing these new ideas, perspective shifts, ways of being, ways of embodying that you have not been before. It's going to make you next level. You are going to see next level shifts in your real life because you are being next level yourself actively right now, today, tomorrow, every single day, because every day is a chance and an opportunity to make a new decision, to make a fresh start, and to make another step towards your dreams. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, Goddess. I hope this episode inspires you to claim your story, step fully into your power, and romanticize every part of your life this fall and for all the rest, because this isn't just for fall. I mean, it is, but it's also forever. If you loved this episode, please take a moment to subscribe to the podcast, leave a rating or review, and share it with a friend who would love this conversation. Every share and review helps this community grow, and it means so, so much to me. You can also connect with me on Instagram at The Goddess Yoga, and don't forget to sign up for my Goddess Circle email list for the exclusive September reading and monthly inspiration. And if you're feeling this main character energy theme and you're ready to go deeper, I have something exciting coming soon. I'm creating a main character energy program designed to help you embody this magnetic energy in every part of your life, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. I'm in the early stages of creating it, and if you'd love to be a part of the first wave of goddesses who get access, join my email list or DM me on Instagram to get on the wait list. This is going to be so special, and I'd love to have you in the room as we build it together. Until next time, stay radiant, stay grounded, and remember, you are the main character of your life. I'll see you in the next episode.